Hello, friends. Today I am sharing my life lessons that I learned growing up with my parents. Our experiences may not be the same, and I would love to hear your stories too. I have always respect personal experience of other people because I imagine they have lived through with it, and things are not easy for the most part. I am not the same person every day because I learn from my mistakes. These lessons have been my guiding principle to improve myself and strive to be the best version of myself each day. These lessons are a mix of my experience, observation, and discovery of who I am as I begin to develop self awareness growing up. And these are the 12 life lessons I learned from my parents. Number one is discipline is essential to achieve a successful life. Growing up, my home was always like a boot camp. My father was big on discipline in every little aspect of my life and my sister. Things like going to bed as early as 7 or 8 in the evening. If you don't get done with your homework before that, it means sorry because there is no excuse for him because he will shut the light for us to sleep. He also does not like us having male friends as we turn into a teenager. It is important that we focus our time with family and school. He did not want us to get involved in early relationship. He makes us accountable for every mistake we make. If you disrespect elders or become dishonest, your day will be miserable by those punishments. As a child, I grow up being cautious of what possible mistake may come along my way so I can prevent it, and if not, I will learn from my mistakes and not repeat it. If my father did not discipline me, I could have been lost in this world, a life with no structure and wasted early years of my life for nothing. Discipline has taught me to be cautious of making choices in life. Number two is that trust and respect takes time to earn. My dad was the first person who taught me what it's like to earn trust and respect deeply. Growing up, I never had a good relationship with my father. It is due to the harsh discipline I went through that I dislike my father in this matter. I resented to some degree, but I grew up pleasing my father. He tells me not to date until I finish my college, not getting pregnant unless I am married, to be self sufficient and learn to provide for my own needs. When I invited my father on my graduation day, he did not believe that I am going to graduate in college. Every recognition my father wasn't there due to we live far from each other too. The day that I got a job and started living on my own, after a year, I realized how my father treat me has changed a lot. I realized and noticed that he welcomes and values my personal opinion about the woman he's going to marry. He also calls me on the phone like twice a week to check if I am okay. The things that he is so strict about before not getting into a relationship, this time he wants me to get married and find a man. He said, I'd be happy if you find a man who will love you and build a family and see some kids of yours. He also gave me an advice about my conservative views that if I am to marry a Westerner, take that into consideration that they have different culture and belief and it may not align with yours. My father taught me that trust is not easily given. It takes time, and when you earn it, it is a priceless recognition that you get from someone. Number three is marry someone with the same religion or faith. My parents are not of the same religion. My mom was a devoted Catholic while my father was a Protestant. I've seen how my parents argue in some occasions due to different practice of belief at home. Our belief is our core foundation of our inner self. If we marry someone, we should not convert our belief to another because we love someone, but instead, we should find someone who is in common belief or faith. As I get older, I don't want to live my life where I conform and does not practice to have my own opinion in everything that I do in life. Number four is train your kids to be an adult. Although this statement may sound easy and simple to comprehend, but training your kids early with an adult mindset is difficult and it takes time, dedication, love, patience, and hard work to achieve results. If you don't train them early, your kids will grow up to have hard time of adjusting and transitioning themselves into the real world. A child is a seed, and whatever you instill while they are young is what will grow in them. You want your children to grow so they can be valuable for themselves, to the family, and to the community. A parent's noble work is their children. When you live with less privilege in this life, your kids will see that, and it's just natural to adapt. My parents didn't have much to offer materially in my childhood years, but that didn't really matter in my time as a child. I've always thought that as long as I have a complete family, it is all that matters. My sister and I were trained to be little independent in our early age. My parents preach us that you will learn as much as you can because what if we are gone early in this world? At least you will survive without a parents. When I was 8 years old, my parents leave the house 5 in the morning to go to work. Before my mom leave the house, she made sure we had food ready for breakfast and lunch. My sister and I do the rest. We take shower outside the house. We feed pigs before we leave the house for school. Our school uniform is ready at night before the morning comes. When we come home to eat for dinner, we take turns to wash dishes. We are not allowed to fight on chores because it is scheduled. We learned to hand wash our clothes at the age of 8. I wasn't sure if I did well washing clothes. All I know, I just imitate what others were doing, and the more I do it, I improve hand washing, and it is one of the skills that my husband is amazed about me because when I came here in the state, I did hand wash his white clothes and he loved it. He said, my hands did better than the washing machine. Today, as an adult, responsibilities did not surprise me at all because I was exposed to many responsibilities when I was younger. Number 5 is that having complete and loving family gives you security in this life. As a child, I've always thought that I will do my best to achieve things in life, and if I fail, I know I have a family who will always be there to guide and catch me when I fall. Although my parents were not perfect people, they were always there to do the best they can to support on what is best for me. A complete and loving family makes you feel less insecure in this life because you don't need the external things if your family makes you feel loved and secure. Number 6 is be independent and self-sufficient. My parents always sermoned me that it is best for you to learn many things for survival as early as you can. Because what if we leave this world early, at least you will survive without us. My parents were so right on this because my mom died when I was only 17 years old and my father died when I was 25. When my mom was gone, I've learned some life skills in order for me to perform some basic responsibilities. I help people in exchange for a free stay at their house. I've also stressed about finishing my college because it is the only way I could get better jobs someday. When I finished college and decided to live on my own, I told my father that let's see if I can survive without you this time. After 1 year, my father never heard anything from me, but then one day he called and checked on me. He said, there is an opportunity close by and you can live with me, and I told my father that I am happy where I'm at and I love the freedom I have now. At the age of 25, my father passed away. By that time, it reminds me the advice that my parents gave me that when they're gone, at least I will survive without their help. I hardly seen my parents when I reached at the age of 16. I only get to see them on Christmas and summer. When I decided to live on my own, I took all the life lessons I learned growing up. Things like managing money and minimize the number of responsibilities to take, like not getting married without the sense of stability. Number 7 is develop good relationship with other people. The extroverted nature of my father makes him gain friends easily. He makes friends instantly wherever he goes. Developing good relationship with other people allows you to connect with them. I cannot count how many people come by to help us during difficult time. My father taught me that hospitality makes you earn friendship. Nobody wants to be lonely in this life. At some point of our life, no matter how independent we need each other for companionship. Number 8 is honesty earns respect. Honesty has always been part of discipline at home. I remember my father always had a spy, and he will know if I lie because there are people who watch me and tell him. Honesty has become a practice in my life, even though things can be embarrassing or scared if someone will get mad at you. What I do realize as I get older is that people tend to be more respectful of your mistakes when you are honest. Number 9 is love, honor, and respect your parents. My mom passed away when I was only 17 years old. My mom's death taught me to treat those people around you well because you never know how long they're going to live in this life. I have applied this life lesson to the people who are really close to my heart, like my husband. When this life is over, I know I will not have a baggage of regret because I did all I can to make others happy while they live. I don't want to repeat the regret I had with my mother. I spoil as much as I can the people who are close to me, but to the extent that they deserve and genuine to me. Number 10 is a loving parent will critique and discipline his children. As I said earlier, growing up, our house was like a boot camp. There was never a day that my parents did not have any sermon on me whether I made a mistake or not. If there is anything I can tell for young parents today is that your kids will remember the words you tell them when they were younger, not the presents you give. As your kids get older, they need guidance and wisdom to direct their life into the right path. Always nurture your kids with good words and wisdom because they will remember these words when they get older. Number 11 is learn from other people's mistakes. My parents always show us an illustration the life of other people as a lesson to learn. For example, my mom always tells me to be self-sufficient before getting married because what if marriage don't work? Look at what happened to that lady. Her husband left her for another woman or her husband is an alcoholic. This has been my guiding principle and I learn from others' mistakes by observing other people's lives. And number 12 is a man's biggest weakness is his pride. My father always takes pride how he provides for his family. He does not like taking help from other people when it comes to his family. He also does not want his whole family to be going in a party all together because what that means to him is that he can't afford to feed his family. My father was very hardworking and responsible man. He always tells people that when he's gone, he will not worry about his kids because he leaves something for them. My father taught me that a man's biggest insecurity is when he is not able to provide for his family. He feels inadequate when he can't provide for his family and therefore do not remind a man that bills are due today when he has no work because he will feel little about himself. Thank you guys for tuning into this video today. I appreciate the amount of time you spent with me in this channel. If you have something to share, I'd love to hear from you and I hope you enjoy your stay and hope to see you again next time. Bye.